Hey, what's going on, my people? YouTube, it's your boy Big Poppy, Unsecure from the Skiff. Happy to be here Father's Day weekend. Just wanted to give some shouts out and say to all the fathers out there, enjoy this weekend, man. Enjoy it. It's few and far between, and it'll be great for me. It'll be great for me. So enjoy the day. Next, I want to say thanks, man, to the people who've sent me messages, those DMs that keep coming in, positive, and the ridicule or the critique. Whatever it is, anything you guys do helps me make this show better. It helps me bring you more content. It helps me understand both sides of the coin, the full optics as it relates to things going on in the world. And I really take the criticful ones, not to heart, but I actually take them and try to use them to make better decisions, understand better where you might be coming from versus me. So incredible, and I truly appreciate it. And as you can see, I opened up a different venue. So this is in the Skiff. This is me sitting outside on the lanai next to the pool. Maybe we'll jump in. Who knows what we'll do. But hey, let's get it started. So I talked about a lot of stuff, whether it relates to the military, whether it relates to the world events that are going on, Ukraine and Russia, shock and awe, leadership. I've given some love and how thankful I am for the opportunities that I have in life. And I was sitting back the other day and I saw on the front of my YouTube page where it said, we're going to have, I can't remember verbatim, but candid questions about A, B, C, D, whatever the case may be. And I noticed I hadn't talked anything about sports, and I hadn't said any words about sports. And for people who know me, being a sports junkie who used to watch sports 24/7 from the time I woke up in the morning to the time that I went to bed, or was always involved in different types of sports, whether it's softball, basketball, football, rugby, soccer. I think I've done it all. Doesn't mean I'm great at any one of them. No, yeah, I'm not great at any one of them, but I tried. But I thought as I went on, you have things going on in the sporting world. You have Stephen A. versus Skip Bayless now, and who made First Take what it is, and who generated the most revenue. And then you had Kyrie Irving and Durant. You had Kyrie saying he's a martyr. That's something that one could certainly talk about. But one thing that's happening right now, this weekend, for many people who like to play golf, is the U.S. Open. It happens every year. It ends on Father's Day on Sunday. And you get these final round charges, with all these players running up and down the leaderboard on a very difficult course. One of the first courses ever in the United States, which is why it's called the Country Club, with nothing else attached to it. Not the Country Club of Bristol, not the Country Club of Jacksonville, not the Country Club of California, whatever the case may be. So all of them typically have a name, but this one doesn't. Won by Francis Ouimet, who's if you guys have seen The Legend of Bagger Vance, that's what that movie is built on. His house overlooked the 17th hole. So anyways, this weekend will be a great weekend for fathers, to include a great finish hopefully at the U.S. Open, which I will definitely be engaged in and watching. But talking about golf and tying golf together, many people aren't aware that you have the PGA Tour, which is a membership tour. The top 150 players, if I remember correctly, get PGA cards and can play. Then you have all this qualifying. Then you have the Korn Ferry Tour, which is like an amateur tour. But recently, one Greg Norman, 20 PGA Pro wins. I think he's a two-time major champion. Worked with a Saudi-backed league to develop LIV Golf, and it's LIV, which stands for 54 if you're using Roman numerals, but it's called LIV Golf. They had their first tournament last week, and some high-profile names have actually left for LIV Golf and resigned their PGA Tour membership in order to do so, or they will face suspensions from the PGA Commissioner, Jay Monahan. But I always think it's interesting, simply because I don't have an issue with somebody who wants to make more money. And a lot of the discussion behind this is the investment fund that is being used is a Saudi investment fund, a Saudi-backed investment fund. And we're talking about a nation of people, or a nation led by a group. And these are the very same people that killed Khashoggi, the CNN journalist. Last month, they killed 81 people on a single day who didn't live up to their expectations of what being a Muslim is. Their laws are very strict. But in order to sway people, they talked about the fact that they're growing Islam, broadening the right and left limits of Islam. And the likes of Phil Mickelson, I hear he's getting $200 million for 4 years. You got Dustin Johnson is getting $125 million over I think it's 4 years as well. And you have an unlimited resource. First prize went to a player who was ranked like 500 and something in the world. It was $4.7 million. It was the largest payout for a golf tournament in history. But there's a lot of discussions about sport washing. And I'm not sure, based on principles, that I could ever take any amount of money to actually go play on a tour, or it's not even a tour, with 48 players who are not the 48 best players in the world, for huge sums of cash as a cash grab, and then consider myself successful. Like all the years I played softball or basketball or whatever it was, I always wanted to play against the best. And now we have people who are bouncing out. And look, Mickelson's 52 years old. Like, he won a major at 50, incredible. I think it was like everything coming together at the right time, at the right place, which allowed him to win. And then there were some mistakes made by the opposing players that were chasing him down. But this cash grab really bothers me because it talks to the morality of certain people. And one of the things that we talk about in this venue, on this channel, is a lot of those competing, conflicting interests as it relates to the world, as it relates to the military, as it relates to humanity and us being better people. And to take the money and run from the people that they took the money and ran with is really the most disturbing part about this. And you know, you'll have these pushbacks where people don't politicize sports, don't do this, don't do that. We politicize everything, first off, and we have a responsibility to do so, or at least to talk about things, not to politicize them, but to talk about them and to bring them to light and take them at face value. What would you guys think if I decided Iran offered me a job as a communications consultant to help propagate their message for $1.2 million a year, and where the money's coming from and where I can house the money, I'll be tax free? People would have an issue with that. And while this is different, it really isn't, because you're getting into bed with people who have no moral values. When you can kill women, children, men, 81 in one day, all because they didn't align with what you believe, that's not a business I don't think any of us want to be held to. So very difficult conversations, lots of things going on. But what I would ask you to do is just keep your eyes wide open to everything. All right? Understand everything that's going on and the second, third, and fourth order effects that happen with all those things that are going on. And very interesting for me. And I thought that kind of outweighed the martyr idea of Kyrie Irving, and that might be for another day. It might be a longer message for another day. But we'll have to sit down. We'll have to see, because there's still tons of stuff happening in the world. So Father's Day weekend, it's been incredible. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everything you do. And I will take the comments that a few people have given me. They wish I would do it more during the week to generate more of the footprint, to generate more of the conversation, to generate more eyes on. So that'll be something I think about as we move forward. All right. So, and then the last thing I want to say, my brother hit me up the other day, and if you're a veteran, and I think I've said in the past, 6,000 veterans a year out of 4.9 commit suicide. They take their life, and they do so for a myriad of reasons. If you're a veteran and you are really looking to get involved in something that can bring you kind of back into the public, that can create value in your life, he had called and talked to me about his sons playing in a baseball event. And the baseball event, I can't remember if it was charity or not, but it was an opportunity for veterans to umpire. So if you want to, I would encourage you, go look to the Wounded Warrior Umpire Association. It was started in 2014. I think you have to submit, if I remember correctly, you have to submit almost a resume, a history, validate your service, all that good stuff. And there's a 10-day course that they offer. All right. And I'm not sure if it moves around. I believe this year it was in Pennsylvania, or it's going to be in Pennsylvania in late June or early July. But the Wounded Warrior Umpire Association provides you all the equipment, all the training. They feed you. It is I think it's a nonprofit where everything that's donated goes back into the program to ensure that the program can continue to run. It was started by a Marine. Obviously, I'm not a Marine, but simplify, right? Simplify, and I want to support that as well. My brother thought it was an incredible event, thought it was an incredible thing, and I had never heard of it before. So the Wounded Warrior Umpire Association, Google them. They have their own webpage. They'll give you the history, the testimonials, their charter, what they're about. And if you're a guy like me who loves sports, lived it all through military at the various levels that the programs have on installations, and then retired from the military and then kind of really didn't have that camaraderie. If you're looking to gain that back, look them up. Wounded Warrior Umpire Association. I bet you it's a great cause. I haven't reached out to them personally. I did pull up their webpage, and it makes you think, right? You get behind home plate with some young kids. You can mentor them. You can talk to them. And you can be there for them because not everybody comes from a two-parent home. All right, so check those guys out. To my family, I love you. To my brother, sister, mom, wife, family, children, you guys are incredible. You keep me going. I think YouTube, I guess, and I think the people who allow me to do this, because this is really important to me. And it's not just about being funny all the time. Sometimes it's serious, and sometimes we want to stand up and be accountable. And there's some stuff going on right now on Facebook between Senior NCO and a whole bunch of other people. And who knows what I'll talk about next week. And then we'll think about it, see what I can do, maybe twice a week, putting stuff out. But I want to make sure I have the time to do the research, to talk about it, to figure out the direction, and to figure out the rebuttals that I'll get, which I usually do when it comes to videos like this. So today, all about the PGA Tour, LIV Golf. It's all up. Everything ends up in some political bucket nowadays. This is no different. But I'm outside. It's sunny. I might go get me one of those fruity Trulies for Father's Day. Sit back, watch some golf, get in the pool, and really enjoy the weekend and enjoy the day. All right. So to each of you, I love you. It's a blessing to be able to do this. It's a blessing to have another day, and it's a blessing to have so many people in my life. So to each of you, share this, subscribe, like. Today was an easy day. Tomorrow might not be. And I got a lot of other stuff I want to talk about. All right. So enjoy the weekend, fathers, and enjoy the breath that you have. All right. We all come with an expiration date, and we need to live and walk this journey of joy with our families, with our friends, with everybody. All right. So a little subdued. Let me get a cocktail, and I love you, man. Unsecured from the skiff. Your boy Big Poppy. I'm out of here.